Good afternoon. It's Suzanne from Suzanne Scarrow Live. Did you know that when you change your thoughts, you can change your life? Did you know that when you put your focus on something, that's where the energy goes? So it's really important that you put your focus where you want it to go and not on something that you don't want to create. So wherever you're focused, that's where the energy is going to flow. And so really important to understand that you can change the way you feel by changing where you're putting that energy, by changing what your thoughts are. So you have absolute control over your thoughts, and that's a really important thing to remember. When you are not feeling good, you can be pretty sure, 100% actually, that what you've got your focus on is not where you're meant to be. It's taking you away from living the best version of your life if you're not feeling good. The level of bad feeling is just an indicator of how far away from where you're meant to be that you are. And so it's a really important thing to just change what you're focused on, just very gently soften the thoughts. You know, if you've got something going on like, that thing happened because I'm not good enough, then you want to change that thought to something like, maybe you want to soften it to something like, well, I've always had that belief that I'm not good enough, but what if that belief was never the truth? What if it was always a misperception? And the truth is, we pick up those misperceptions in our 0 to 7 years, when we're in a theta brainwave pattern, when something happens and we look at it and go, well, that happened because I'm not good enough. My version of it was, I believed that I came into the world to make my parents happy, and I was 2 years old in the cot upstairs in an upstairs-downstairs terrace house. They were downstairs fighting. I couldn't get down there to stop the fight. So to me, as a 2-year-old, that meant that I was not good enough because I wasn't making them happy. Now, complete nonsense, of course. You know, you listen to that story now and go, well, why would you even do that? But that's the way a child thinks, especially in those 0 to 7 years. And then, of course, once you've got that in your energy field, you carry that forward with you and you bring more evidence of it. But the belief was never true. Now, I bet a lot that you've probably got something going on like that in your life. It's really helpful if you figure out what your core belief is and do some work on it to change it, because I guarantee it was never the truth. It was just a misperception, and you've just got more and more evidence of it being your truth throughout your life, because that's the way the law of attraction works. If you've got something going on in your energy field, you will attract more evidence of it, but it doesn't mean it's true. It just means you've got it in your vibration. So you can change that thought. You can think that, well, that was a faulty belief. Maybe it was never true in the first place. Maybe it's never been true. Maybe I am good enough, and maybe I just need to change the way I feel about myself, change the way I act about myself. So another problem area is when you try to justify sort of something that's happened that you feel is wrong, unjust, or something like that, and you try to make sense of it. You know, when you're trying to understand something, you're actually standing under it. You're actually got the weight of that negative thing on your mind. The best thing to do is move out of that, to stop trying to understand it, because really you probably are not going to understand it. It's something that's happened because of someone else's brokenness, probably. So stop trying to understand it. Reach for what you want instead of that. So if it's an injustice, you want to experience justice, and just move in that direction. How good would it feel to actually have a situation similar to that where justice was served, for example? Okay, so remember that where you put your focus, that's where your energy flows. So make sure that you've got that energy flowing where you want it to be, because you're actually creating out of where your focus is, really out of what you're feeling, you're creating that for yourself. You want to be sure that you're creating what you want, not what you don't want. And we've talked about it before, but hopefully you're beginning to believe that you deserve to live the best possible life. You deserve all the good things in life. You are good enough. You are already worthy. Even if you don't feel it, the truth is you are worthy, good enough, deserving, lovable enough. It's just the circumstances of your life so far that have taught you otherwise. Doesn't make it true, just makes it your experience so far. So I hope that helps. I hope that all makes sense to you. If you've got questions, send me a message in Messenger, or if you're brave enough, make a comment in the comments underneath this post. But you do deserve to be happy. So claim that for yourself. Take care now. Bye-bye.